Mr. Man, Little Miss, Lost in Time by Adam Hargraves. One lovely day, Mr. Happy is going for a walk. Mr. Happy loved his garden, and the flowers are happy and the birds are singing. Mr. Happy loves his day very much. Mr. Happy walked to a castle, but two soldiers stopped Mr. Happy. "You are not allowed to come in my castle," said one of them. Mr. Happy was puzzled. "But I want to come in," he said. "All right, you can come in my castle," said the soldier. At the medieval games, Mr. Happy met his friend Mr. Tickle at the games. "Hello, Mr. Happy," said Mr. Tickle. "Good to see you, Mr. Tickle," said Mr. Happy. Then the announcer was to introduce the games, and do you know what happened, don't you? Mr. Tickle tickled the horse. "I think somebody needs a tickle." Mr. Happy was puzzled. He thought Mr. Tickle was going to tickle the horse, and then there was trouble. "Uh-oh," said Mr. Happy. Whoosh! Suddenly, Mr. Tickle started to soar through the sky out of the stadium. "Oh no, I'm coming, Mr. Tickle," cried Mr. Happy. The next day, when Mr. Tickle's feeling better, he and Mr. Happy were walking to the castle. They met Mr. Jelly. "Good afternoon," said Mr. Happy. "What's the matter, Mr. Jelly?" asked Mr. Tickle. "It's the dragon," said Mr. Jelly in a panic. "What dragon?" asked Mr. Happy. "It's a real dragon," shouted Mr. Jelly. And then it happened. The dragon started to chase both of the Mr. Men and spitting flames out of his mouth. "Help! Help! Help!" they shouted until the dragon started to rampage the whole town. First, Little Miss Bossy's house. And then Mr. Slow's house. "Whoa!" he cried. And finally, Mr. Bump's feet. "Oh, poopity poop," he said weakly. At a faraway castle, Mr. Snooty and Little Miss Giggles were at their palace.
"You are funny, Mr. Snooty,"
she giggled with laughter. But Mr. Snooty was not pleased about it. But then Mr. Snooty was furious. "Guard, send the two Mr. Men away to my dungeon," he snapped, and then the two guards took Mr. Happy and Mr. Tickle to the cell. "Well, this is the end," said Mr. Tickle sadly. "Well, I'm sorry too," said Mr. Happy, and they still stayed in the prison. The dragon rescued the Mr. Men, and they were off to stop Mr. Snooty's wrath. "Whee!" they said, and they were off to the castle. Then suddenly, the window shattered and the dragon was out to eat Mr. Snooty. But before he ate him, Mr. Snooty told the dragon to stop. "Stop! Don't eat me, please!" he shouted. Then the dragon didn't eat Mr. Snooty. He just gave him a burger, and the dragon felt much better. Mr. Happy and Mr. Tickle laughed. Little Miss Giggles giggled, and Mr. Snooty smiled. "Oh, I love a great ending," he said. The sun started to go down, and Miss Giggles and Mr. Snooty waved goodbye to the dragon, Mr. Happy, and Mr. Tickle back to Happyland, but that's another chapter.